Mecmesin usually works with international manufacturers, helping them to comply to safety standards through testing their textiles till they break, a process known as TTF or test to failure. But today Mecmesin has come to a school in Sussex. Technical sales engineer Declan is going to show GCSE textile students and their teacher Morag how to test garments to see how much force it takes to tear fabric and remove buttons, bows and other accessories.
Just give you an overview of what force is. If those of you, anyone do physics? You know what force? Yeah, everyone know what force is? Right, we'll be testing that in a minute, that'd be good. And textiles, just very simply pulling a textile, finding out its properties for use in the world. So, force testing, basically all derived from this chap here, Isaac Newton, who was born a few years ago in 1643, and he discovered that the theory of gravity, after watching an apple fall from an orchard. Now, what does that mean? So basically what he's found out is, and put a sum to what force is. This here is a force gauge, and that will measure the amount of applied force that I exert on it. And I can get to 370 newtons, which is about 37 kilograms.
Garments such as jeans, jumpers and pyjamas have to be tested to ensure they comply with BSI standard BS 7907.
Well, you'll probably notice over the last 10 years a lot of children's clothing now have diamantes, sequins and lots of attachments on there which can cause accidents. Right, so I thought that would get you. So why do we test? Am I safe? That's why we test, because we want him or her to be the same age as you guys and not die. Children will die if that textile or attachment is not secured correctly.
So the students now know how important it is to sew on buttons firmly and have prepared their own button samples, which they're going to test after Declan has shown them how to operate a multi-test D, test to failure, TTF tensile tester.
Yeah, we do have some products that make an almighty bang. So, there we have, little number, 122 newtons. So who's next?
While the teacher gets some buttons ready, a student comes forward to test her sample. Declan looks at the counter on the gauge to see how much force is needed to tear off the button, while the girls look on.
246 newtons. That is very, very, very strong. You must have spent hours saying that. Well done.
Morag and the students listen while Declan explains how to test fabric using a multi-test 2.5 XT test to failure TTF tensile tester. Morag then rounds off the session by saying how valuable it's been.
Yes, it's been very useful this afternoon. It's very informative for the girls to see real people who are really testing textiles in the real world rather than just reading them in a textbook. Seeing how a simple thing like a button can cost millions of pounds to a company if it's not properly attached has been very interesting. Also testing their own skills against the machinery and the industry standards has been good. And comparing the failure points, so for example the components might fail, or the threads, or the stitching, or the fabric itself might fail the test. That's also been very informative and interesting for them. And I think they'll have a much better grasp of some of the exam questions that will be coming up for them because they've had this real strong input about the importance of testing and safety testing in textiles.